With a bombshell allegation, one of Jodi Arias' attorneys wants all charges dismissed. They claim the state or police deleted thousands of files of pornography from Travis Alexander's computer.
Now, court won't be back in session until Wednesday, but Gia Vang is live with more on a motion that everyone will be talking about tomorrow. Gia?
Lindsay, that's right. This is the latest filing that our partners at the Arizona Republic obtained today. And one defense attorney we spoke to says that this development in these court papers are enormous. Here it is, 15 pages obtained by the Arizona Republic, why Jodi Arias' attorneys believe all of her charges or the death penalty should be dismissed because the state knew raunchy, illegal files had purposely been deleted from her former lover and victim, Travis Alexander's computer, saying in part the state had full knowledge that Mr. Alexander's computer did contain a plethora of pornography, that Mr. Alexander had a sexual interest in children. Defense attorney Adam Feldman says this is pretty damning against the prosecution.
This is never good, no matter how big or small it is. If there is destruction of evidence within the police control or within the state's control, it's never good.
Arias' attorneys, Kirk Nurmi and Jennifer Wilmot, said in the court documents someone pressed delete on June 19, 2009, with such a level of success that the state's deceit was not uncovered for several years. That is until the defense got a forensic analysis done, uncovering what they call is a purposeful and clear violation of Arias' rights to a fair trial, saying if Arias had known about this in her first go-around, Ms. Arias could have used it effectively to cross-examine key prosecution witnesses, like Mesa Detective Esteban Flores, who her defense questions what he has done to get a particular outcome in this case. But the thought of Judge Sherry Stevens to allow all of Arias' charges to be dropped?
Dismissal of all charges is a huge mountain to climb, and the judge is going to have a very big issue in her hands. She's basically going to have to decide, was the destruction of evidence so big that it altered the entire trial?
The defense has requested a hearing to show all of their evidence, and remember, they're saying if the judge doesn't throw out all the charges, then at least toss the state's intent to seek that death penalty, and the state could not be reached for comment tonight. Gia Vang, 12 News.
We have some breaking news right now in the Jodi Arias retrial. The defense has filed a motion to dismiss all charges against Arias, who was convicted last year. The defense is set to produce evidence claiming the state deleted thousands of files from Travis Alexander's computer, many of those files allegedly coming from pornographic websites, and that evidence was never presented in the original trial. The motion states, quote, the state had full knowledge that Mr. Alexander's computer did contain a plethora of pornography, and that this computer contained evidence that Mr. Alexander had a sexual interest in children. We should learn more Wednesday when the penalty phase retrial begins again.
Arias' attorneys are preparing to fight to get the entire case and the conviction thrown out. They're saying police destroyed evidence and prevented them from presenting a full defense the first time around. William Pitts is live at Superior Court tonight, where this entire trial, everything, could come to an end tomorrow morning. Will?
Arias' lawyers are asking for either the verdict to be thrown out with prejudice, meaning those charges could not be refiled, or the death penalty to be taken off the table. They say this alleged misconduct is so bad it taints the entire trial. And depending on what Judge Sherry Stevens decides tomorrow, Jodi Arias, and it's a long shot, could walk out of court. The defense filed a motion claiming Mesa police intentionally destroyed evidence off of Travis Alexander's laptop. They claim it's evidence of porn, maybe child porn. During her trial, Arias claims she walked in on Alexander with child porn on his laptop.
When he was able to sleep with a woman as opposed to fantasizing about a child, he felt like more normal.
But the prosecution went after Arias because nothing was ever found. Now the defense says evidence was destroyed.
Attorneys are not allowed to file bogus allegations. That in itself would be misconduct. So you have to assume that if they are filing these allegations, it's because they're true.
Michael Kiefer of the Arizona Republic has written about the Arias trial for years and says this motion is not impossible to believe.
Prosecutor Juan Martinez is someone who has a reputation. They have talked about him in the Arizona Supreme Court.
Carl Epps runs a computer forensics company in Scottsdale. He's not the one who examined Alexander's laptop, but Epps says the first rule is never use the hard drive you're looking at. Copy it first.
Once we have that original copy, then we put the original away. and we never touched it again.
Ebb says computer forensic technicians use something called a write blocker. It's hardware or software that makes sure nothing's altered on a hard drive. Arias' motion claims Mesa PD never used one.
There's plausibility to it, but there's also many steps that can be used to prove or disprove it.
The easy way, look at the original and the copy. If everything was done right, there should be two, and they should match. One thing that doesn't match, though, one of the dates that porn sites were allegedly accessed. It says June 10th, 2008. Travis Alexander's body was found on June 9th. By that time, he'd been dead 5 days. So who was on his laptop? Now, as for what happens next, that's really anyone's guess. We've been locked out of court. The trial's been out for about a week. There's been a mystery witness. Court is back in session tomorrow. This may come up first thing, and then it may be done entirely. Find me on Twitter at William_Pitts. Live in Phoenix, William Pitts, 12 News.
All right.